Alright, we are moving on to the next question. First of all, today is so nice. It feels so cool. It feels like autumn. It's sweater season and fingerless glove season. And yeah, I'm just sitting here. Just feels so nice. I'm glad the summer days are over. I just don't like the humidity, the hotness, and the humid. It's gross. But autumn is here now. Just 20 days left before it starts. But we shall go on to the next question. How much of the story points have changed from their original plan, and how much stayed the same? So many has changed in my story. I'm on my draft 16. Draft 16, that's a lot of drafts, that's a lot of change. And yeah, and looking back like 5 years ago, where should I start? I don't know, there's just so many changes I made. First of all, when I first wrote this story, there was a lot of exposition dump in the beginning. Like, Emma was just talking to the audience. It's actually cringy. I'm glad I removed that thing, because exposition dump is just boring. You just say stuff you don't show. You have to show stuff. Show, don't tell. And that's one of the many things that changed in my story. Like the earlier drafts, there were so many words. There's so many. It's like my characters were speaking their mind, and it did not feel natural. And the newer ones, I was able to like remove most of those thoughts and thinking, and there's more like silence in between conversations, and that allows the character, that makes the character feel like they are more alive, like they have like they can think, like you know when you talk with someone, there's like pauses in between or sometimes like that. You don't say everything in your mind, and that's one of the major things that changed in my story, like the conversation. And most of the early ones really are cringy. And that's how first draft is supposed to be. Just write everything in your mind, just put it in the paper, and just improve it later on. And yeah, that's basically what happens. That's basically the writing journey. And then there are events that were removed that did not make sense for the characters. I think they feel forced or stuff like that. And then there were a lot of things that were added to. Even now, I'm currently revising it for the 17th time. And there are going to be a lot of major changes, because as you're living life, this is very important as a writer. You have to live your life, like look at the outside world, just go to places, talk to people, and stuff will just show up. You don't really know when you'll get inspiration, and most of the things I am adding to my story as I go on came from talking to random strangers, and it just, I don't know, it just happens. like one of the most important ones, which includes um, Camille's story arc, came from a stranger when I was feeding when I was feeding cashew. I was feeding squirrels, and then this random lady walked up to me and told me stories about her her pets, her squirrel pets. Imagine that. A random stranger with a squirrel pet from 10 years ago. She told me stories about that, and that gave me idea, like a massive, like important stuff for my comic. And after that, I never saw her again. And it's just like, I don't know how those work. They just come and go. But yeah, just live your life. Look at stuff and do that. Well, this turned into a lecture for some reason, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and things that stayed the same. They are definitely the message that I want to tell in the story, the main message, the themes, and stuff like enjoying the little things, like finding beauty in everything, and stuff like that. That life is worth living even in the most difficult times, and yeah, I think that's the main thing that stayed the same. It has to stay the same, because that's the goal. That's the goal of my story, to tell those themes, and the events are the ones that change a lot. I have to move stuff like around like a puzzle piece, like which makes sense. Does it make sense if I put this first? Does it make sense if I put this one in the middle or at the end? Or if I just scratch it out? Doesn't. If you don't need it, you just scratch it out. Just throw it away. But yeah, there has been so many changes, and yeah, I'm gonna start reading my revision this week and see if I can come up with storyboard before fall. Because I have to take pictures during fall for my backgrounds, so I have a month to do the storyboard for the second half of chapter 4 and a little bit of chapter 5. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Thank you for that question, Liz. We'll go to the last one with the next video. It has been 8 minutes. So yeah, have a good day.